Shit. Sauce Money, middle finger, you. I wish I can make. Let me see if I can make this image bigger though. 'Cause- okay, perfect, perfect. This album is stupid expensive these days. I don't
I,
understand.
I, I can imagine.
Cause like when I first heard this album, I think back in like 2012 or 13,
Right.
it grew on me. I mean, it grew on me over the years. It was like
Mm-hmm.
$5 or $6.
Oh shit.
Now it's on Amazon. It's like 30 something dollars. I'm like, no.
And he's not dead yet, so
God forbid. Imagine what would
yeah.
happen if he did die.
Yep. It's
And this is
crazy.
his only album too. Yeah.
Yep. He's the only one.
And one thing that's crazy about this album, I always thought this was released on Roc-A-Fella, but it was only released on Priority.
Yeah. He was affiliate. He should have been on Rock. I don't know why he wasn't.
I always thought he was like one of the first ones on Roc-A-Fella because he was always on Reasonable
Mm-hmm.
Doubt, The
Yep.
Streets is Watching soundtrack. I always
He,
thought he was on Rock, but
he should have been on there.
he got screwed over. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, for sure.
And this is one thing about hip hop that I have to say because when they have these fucking labels in hip hop, they base that shit off one art like Murder Inc., Rough Riders.
Right.
Well,
Right.
Rough Riders, nah, they had. I'm gonna take that out of the crazy. They had a good roster and shit, but like Disturbing the Peace is another example.
Yes.
Hell, I don't even
Definitely.
throw. This might be controversial, but I'll throw Top Dog Entertainment in there too.
TDE, but they always had a good roster though.
Yeah, I mean they
Definitely.
had a good roster, and Kendrick and Schoolboy and even SZA did their thing, but
Right.
they don't give that much promotion marketing to the other artists like
Hmm.
Isaiah Rashad and all them cats.
Exactly. And it sucks.
Right. Death Row Records is another example. That's
Exactly. Death Row.
Bad Boy.
Yep.
I'm just glad I got my money back, nigga.
Right.
Talking about, oh, I was not there. I was like, nigga, what the fuck you mean? Your team should have just let you know and shit like that, nigga. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
God, I'm risking myself going to a fucking club in Corona and shit just to promote
Mm.
my music. And this is the things I get.
Yep. It's crazy.
Always black people doing this shit too.
Black people.
Always black. You don't get this shit from a white club. No,
Nah, they don't do that.
no. And I'm not trying to say out race. I'm not trying to talk shit about race though, but I'm just speaking facts. The niggas don't want to see niggas succeed. That's the thing.
Right.
Niggas
Exactly.
don't want to see niggas succeed.
Nope. Mhm.
And they be like, we supposed to be brothers. When they caught up in their own bush, that's like, well, we supposed to be brothers.
Right. We supposed to be brothers.
CMD, we
Yep.
all we got.
Crazy.
Am I my brother's keeper?
Did somebody say that shit in Menace Society? Well, we supposed to be brothers. Meanwhile, you getting jacked by your brother.
It was New Jack City.
Oh, New York City. I
Yeah.
thought. Oh, okay. I thought it was that the dude the part where Kane had jacked that dude. He didn't say
Oh,
that shit too. I thought he had
yeah,
said
we
that.
supposed to be
We
brothers.
supposed to be brothers. I ain't your brother. Give me that ring
Yo,
and
every
give me
hood
a double cheeseburger. you know.
every hood movie had that one we supposed to be brothers line and shit.
Right. Right.
Every hood movie.
Like brothers, nigga. I'm an only child. You talking about brothers? Give me that double cheeseburger.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think he was more mad that he said order him a double cheeseburger too.
Right.
What?
Yeah.
It's like when he was robbed, he was like, "Oh, I'm getting robbed." No
Yeah.
biggie. But
Yeah.
then he said, "Order me a double cheeseburger." I was like,
Yeah.
he was pissed.
Hey, he hungry from doing a day of robbery, you know. A day of larceny will get you like that.
Oh my god. this nigga got offended like somebody was talking about his mom or some shit. He was like, what?
Oh,
Like fucking
man.
Dave Chappelle
I'm
for
like,
fucking.
what you're really afraid. You're really mad right now that you. Yeah, well, you more mad at the food or you mad at that you
Right,
getting
like
jacked in your car and shit?
right, like
You know what I
nigga,
mean?
like and why don't these niggas lock their fucking doors and shit when they
Exactly.
drive?
Exactly. Like how is your door open? How does that happen? You ain't afraid you might have a crash and then fall out of the damn car and then you dead?
And you in Compton?
You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, like I remember like this chick I used to talk to like a couple years ago. She was in a car accident, and I think she was in the back seat of the car, and the car flipped over and she fell out of the car. Where's your seatbelt? Yeah, she fell out of the car. And she had like to get stitches in her head and fucked up her leg. I'm
She,
like, yo, how do
she
you lucky
survived.
you? Nah, she's alive. Yeah, she's
Oh
alive.
wow.
I'm like, yo, you fell out of the car. Where was your seatbelt? The
I'm
car
sorry,
flipped
that's not,
over and
that's
she
not
just
funny.
like fucking fell out of the car. Like, how does that happen?
That's not funny. It's just the way you said it. Where's
But
your
that
seat?
I mean, I'm going by what how she told me, and then I saw her with the stitches in her head and shit. I'm like, yo, how the fuck are you alive? Like, and you're able to walk? You are walking. You fell
It's
out
like
of the
you wanted to
car.
be in a wheelchair.
I'm like, bro. So is the driver dead? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, how the fuck was you in the back seat and you fell out of the car and you're walking? What happened to the other two people in the car? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the
Oh
hell?
my
Like
god,
people
this is
crazy.
hilarious.
People crazy, yo.
It's like you're more. It's like you're more mad that she came out alive.
Yeah. I'm like, you are not even in a cast or anything. You had a couple of stitches and you're walking and talking. And what happened to the driver and the passenger in the seat in the front seat? Because they must be fucked up too. If that car flipped over that many times and you fell out of the damn car without no seatbelt, that's just retarded. You know.
Yo, who is this Instagram that's always texting me? Yo, yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Unless he was making that shit up. I'm like, I seen the stitches. I'm like, did somebody like slice you and then you just claim that you was in a car accident?
Mm.
Because that ain't making no sense.
I hate when motherfuckers use different numbers to text me and shit. Ugh.
They stalking you.
No, cause my friend likes to break his phone every fucking time. I'm like, dude, I don't like when motherfuckers use different numbers and shit, cause I be getting paranoid about that shit. Like, that,
Shit, I don't
especially when
blame
you be
you.
calling me like different hours, and they're like, nah, nigga, you have to
Right.
talk to my number when you talk to me.
Oh Lord, that's crazy.
Yo, I got the Nintendo 64, man.
Oh, you got it today?
Yeah, but these motherfuckers didn't give me no controller, man.
What? What you mean? It didn't come with not even one?
Nah.
So what? You got on eBay or something?
Yeah, man.
And did it have the controllers in the picture or no?
It didn't have the control in the picture. It just had like the pack. But I'm just saying, well,
Right.
common sense would be like, I'm getting a console. I
These
would,
niggas on eBay. These niggas ain't got common sense. They just trying to sell shit.
but at least the 64 controller is not
Yeah.
that expensive.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm
You
not,
could get that. You could because
I'm
they
not
they
blessed
have
like,
like yeah they got retro stores like over here that sell that stuff. So
yeah,
doesn't GameStop still sell them or no?
nah.
Oh.
Fuck it. I don't even support GameStop like that, to be real with you. Nah, because like
Oh,
they screwed me over a lot in the past. I'm like, oh,
really?
fuck that. Yeah.
Wow.
I had like fucking 15 games I was trying to sell. Oh, we can
Uh-huh.
sell you this for $8. Like, nigga, wait, $8?
Were they how old were they though?
They weren't even that old. It was like at least 2 or 3 years old and shit. They
Because
weren't even that old.
like I noticed like if you like sell a game that's new, they'll give you money for it. Depending on if it came out like a couple months or the same year, like you could get my like a game that came out like 2 years ago, you probably won't get no money for it. Cause
Yeah.
I remember selling a stack. I sold like a stack of like games I finished. Like it was like the earlier Call of Duty games, Modern Warfare and Halo 1 and 2. Even though I got Halo 1 and 2 again, I had sold the previous one and Pirates of the Caribbean. Just some stupid games I bought and I didn't like it. The Pirates of the Caribbean was terrible. And what was it? SmackDown versus Raw 2009. That was shit.
Oh shit.
Um it was just like games I had picked up, and then some of them I finished, and then I just sold them all for the money, and then some I didn't like, end up buying like Pirates of the Caribbean, and then they just gave me money for it. So I think after everything was like 140 they gave me, because it was like a stack. It was like at least like 20 new games. You know what I'm saying? So they'll give you money like if it's like still new. Like if you finish Madden and you sell it off, they'll give you money for Madden or 2K now.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? But if it's like some game from 5 years ago, they'll give you store credit for that shit. You know? And I could imagine how it is now in this pandemic, so it's probably even worse. You know? They probably trying to save every penny they could keep. And people buying their stocks and shit. So I wish I had known about that. I would have bought some GameStop stocks. Shit. Some 19-year-old, like he put in like a couple thousand, he got like 30 G's now and shit.
Oh damn.
His mother was talking to somebody on TV about it, like the news on TV that she was mad at him, but now he got like some stock in GameStop. So I'm like, damn man, I wish I had known about that. Put some stock in like Nike or something, then I'll do it. You know,
Didn't GameStop take like a huge financial hit in the stocks too?
I don't know what happened. I just remember like somebody on some website like made I don't know if they gave out some code or what, but they made GameStop became available to people to buy stocks, and then everybody was buying the stock that they had to shut it down. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody was trying to buy stocks in it. So there's people out there that got stock in GameStop, and they really shouldn't right now. I'm like, shit. Why don't they do that with like the WWE or something or Nike? I would definitely get some stock in that. That shit that I like.
I'm trying
Xbox One.
to
You know what I'm saying? Xbox fucking do that. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to get that Amazon stock, man. That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying.
or Amazon. Yeah, like as much money as we fucking give Amazon and support them, give us some damn stock in that, so I can get some free CDs and shit,
Right.
some free 4K and shit. You know what I'm saying? Giving y'all way too much publicity and y'all don't recognize us. You know?
Man, I gotta help my mom out with her Wi-Fi, man.
Right.
I don't understand. Older people, man, they be needing help with electronic and technology and shit.
Yeah, yeah, cause they don't really know how to. Like my grandfather was like that. Like he didn't know how to
Yeah.
work the internet. And I was trying to before he passed away. I was trying to teach him how to like, cause he used to love to play lotto numbers, and I used to get the lotto numbers from off of Yahoo.
Oh, wow.
And you know what I'm saying. And like I always said like if he was still here, I would have been teaching him. You know,
Yeah.
I would have taught him how to use different sites to go to and shit, play his numbers.
For a new generation. We were the first
You
team
know,
show.
if he wanted to gamble in on like soccer games and shit like that.
It was a very crossover type of show. Every race, every
I feel you.
culture, every gender, every age.
We're going to start in about 5 minutes.
Silly,
Yeah.
innocent, dead and one, with believable characters. This was the black
Shit. What was I thinking about? What was I thinking about?
to have fun. Now everybody take out your workbooks.
I'm trying to decide what soundtracks I want to get.
Just, we'll have some fun.
Because the Wait Until Exhale one, that's one.
That's a great one.
That's a definite one.
Yeah.
But they're not.
I want the Tales from the Hood, but that shit's mad expensive.
Yep. I don't even got that one.
Shit. I might get the Juice soundtrack.
Classic.
Yeah.
How much is that one? Is that like at a reasonable price?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I know they recently released that one
Yeah.
a couple years ago anyway. I might get the Above the Rim soundtrack. I might get that one.
Classic one.
Damn, it's hard too because
Right.
there's so many good soundtracks.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Hell, I even want to Do the Right Thing score, the original score.
Right. I remember that.
Jeez, cause I have the Mo Better Blues soundtrack.
That was good.
hmm
That was good.
Yeah, But one thing I'm definitely gonna do. I'm not gonna rush to buy a CD if I don't know. If, I want to buy a CD or an album just to buy an album. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, you buy it because you want it in your collection.
Yeah.
You know.
Because sometimes I be forcing myself to buy an album just because I have some money in my
Right.
pocket. I make extra. I'm like, nah, nigga.
Right. I feel you. Like don't be like this people like buy shit just to buy it and they don't play it. It's like we don't do that over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I refuse to buy albums that I don't like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Only time I buy an album I don't like if it's like a cheap and it's like it's not
Right.
bad. Like
Right.
like if I went to a dollar bin or some bullshit.
Right. And you might find some gems in the dollar bin. I see a lot of like movie bloggers going to like dollar store, Dollar Tree, and they getting like Blu-rays and steel books for $1. I'm like, yo, I need to hit up my Dollar Tree in my neighborhood.
Yeah, because like the dollar, I know like in Dollar Tree
Mm.
they be having like them rare movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, like a lot of shit I ain't never heard of. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I try to look for the movies on streaming and they ain't even on there.
Nah,
I'm like, wow. Yeah, I might have to hit up the neighborhood and see if there's any Dollar Trees around. I think there's one around here.
yeah, I know there's one like down the street from where I was staying.
Right. You know, they ain't never seen me before. I'm like, I'm about to make myself real familiar. I'm just here for the bin.
Yeah, I know I have a $10 free coupon for the vinyl store, which I might just
Right.
go to the dollar bit. But even like when I went to the vinyl store recently, it wasn't really
Hmm.
that much good shit recently, so I don't want to
Right.
go.
True. Word. And record store day. I gotta notice record store day is June 12th, I think.
I don't even know how my record store is going to do it too. Because I asked
Yeah.
them, when's the next dollar sale y'all gonna have to talk about? Oh, well, we don't even know because it's all fucking pandemic, which I can
Right.
understand because our record store is kind of like it's like this pretty much.
Hmm. Right.
So I can definitely understand that.
Yeah, I did. They said I think they pushed it back to June, so it's like June 12th, and hopefully people ain't gotta be shopping in this pandemic. But who knows?
I'm tired of this bullshit, man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like every time I have a little scratch in my throat, I'm just like, what the fuck? But it's like nothing really.
Right.
But I'm ready to start whenever you are.
Yeah, let's go.
What's up, you two? How's everyone doing today? This is your boy Reg in the building. I got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
The album we're going to talk about today is Middle Finger You. But before I start, I want to say a quick rest in peace to Cicely Tyson, legendary actress. I know I said a rest in peace, I think, on one of your videos or some shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, rest in peace, legendary actress, one of the all-time goats. In my opinion, it was in hella movies. Rest in peace, Cicely Tyson. Your legacy will always be continued.
Right.
And so we're gonna talk about the Sauce Money's only album, Middle Finger You. This came out in 2000 on Priority Records. Singles album is known for only came out one single called Middle Finger You.
Right.
Producers include Stanley Mr. Rapture Frazier, Devin Prestige Vanderpool, DJ Clark Kent, DJ Premier, Easy LP, Jazzo, Molly Mall, Omonte Ward, Sean Combs, and Spencer Bellamy. Guest appearances include Puffy, Jay-Z, Bamboo, excuse me,
Mhm.
Maverick, and Memphis Bleak. All right, so how did you get into Sauce Money?
First time I heard Sauce Money was I believe it was on the Reasonable Doubt album. On I think it was Bring It On
Yeah,
on that joint, and like after that album blew up, and he was doing like a lot of the mixtape like freestyles on mixtapes and getting on a lot of the DJ shows like Clue and Flex and them Envy and um he put out like a couple of singles, and um he was dope as a as a lyricist. and then we find out that he was songwriting for Puffy for was it No Way Out, I think it was.
Yeah,
And that's a classic album, and Source Money did his thing for Puffy on that, and he got a Grammy for that. And the streets was buzzing. He was like, I remember he was like on a lot of like the little underground hip hop shows, promoting Middle Finger You, and when the album dropped, and it was like it was underground, like, but people was like still supporting it because it was Jay, and he had Rockefeller. He probably should have been on Rockefeller too, because I always felt like Jazz, Jazzo, and Source Money should have been on that label because I feel like they were better than Bleak and Rel and them cats, and you know when that dropped, I remember when that came out, and that was like a big release. And but after the album dropped, I ain't hear from him. Like I ain't seen him. I ain't hear nothing from him in years after that. And I was like, damn, what happened to Source Money? And you know what I'm saying? But he definitely for for the time he was here, he did his thing, and we just wanted more music from him. But I thought the features he was on for Reasonable Doubt, like he killed it. Like he was definitely a dope lyricist.
sorry about that. But you definitely hear what you said.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard him when I first heard of Reasonable Doubt too,
right.
and I definitely agree with you. He should have gotten more exposure
Hmm.
on Rockefeller and stuff like that. But the whole Rockefeller around that time was like a very crazy time and stuff like that, especially when Dame Dash having his influence on the
Right,
label and stuff. But that's like another story for a different day.
right.
So yeah, Sauce. I've always felt Sauce was an underrated lyricist. Like
Definitely.
yeah, I definitely prefer Sauce over Memphis Bleak.
Oh
In
yeah,
my opinion, even though I have nothing really against Bleak, but still, it was just like yeah, Sauce. That could he could have had Nick Sean and shit like that in my opinion. But
right,
yeah, man. And of course, like he wrote the "I'll Be Missing You" and shit like that too. Which I'm
right.
gonna talk more about Puff like throughout this whole review and stuff like that too. So for those who
Yeah,
don't know who Sauce Money is, he's an MC from New York City. He's pretty much one of Jay Z's guys and stuff like that. I want to say his first appearance on Wax was on the Big Daddy Kane track "Show and Prove."
right. That's
Also
right.
featured like a young Jay Z, ODB, Scuba Lover, Shaheem.
Hmm.
That was like one of my favorite cuts from Daddy's Home and shit like that. Believe it or not.
Right,
And so he was featured on Reasonable Doubt with the song "Bring It On," and of course "In My Lifetime" Volume One. And then he wrote the "I'll Be Missing You" track with Diddy. But here's the thing though, they got mad at the songwriting credit because Sauce and Ghost wrote the song for Diddy and stuff like that.
right.
Excuse me.
Hmm.
And like they had like a falling out. And so if you guys listen to this album on streaming services or if you listen to like some version on YouTube, the song, like certain songs from this album is blocked, especially like songs with Jay Z and stuff, because he had a falling out with both Puffy and Jay and stuff. So yeah, it's it's crazy though, because those are some of the
Right,
best tracks off the album, which I'm gonna talk more about that in a minute.
right.
So fast forward to 2000, he dropped this Middle Finger You on Party, which was on the EMI, which I felt that was kind of interesting as well too, because I've always thought this album was dropped in Rockefeller,
Yep.
but I have to watch the Vlad interview too. I have to watch the Vlad interview
When did he do that?
about 2 years ago.
Oh, I gotta see that one.
Yeah, I didn't even know he did an interview. Like
Yeah, me neither.
Jet did one with Vlad too and shit. So
Right. I saw that one.
yeah, same. But then it's crazy. It's crazy too because I don't really know too much about Sauce Money, but I know like it was just like with the whole Rockefeller, know him like working with Memphis Bleak and BC. I guess Sauce Money kind of felt a little left out,
Right.
like what many rappers go through and stuff like that, especially like with Nate Dogg when Nate Dogg went through.
Mm,
So yeah, so he just went to another label, which ironically Priority was like the original distributor for Rockefeller too.
right.
So I just found that was all interesting. But fast forward to 2000, this album came out, and I want to say it got pushed back. I think it was originally supposed to came out in like 98 or 99.
Right.
Yeah, because I know one track off this album, I think was called like For My Hustlers. That was more like a street single and stuff like that.
Mm.
So yeah, man, pretty dope album cover
Yep.
and stuff like that. I like how grimy it looks and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Got some of New York's finest on this fucking production. So I'm ready whenever
Yep.
you are.
On doubt.
Track number one is the intro. Nice way to start off the album. You know what I'm saying? Just Sauce Money just saying who he is, what he's about to bring to the table. Yeah, I like the intro.
Yeah, definitely a dope beat, and I like the sample for it. Horn sample and Source Money saying the upper hand is in command now. You've been relieved of your post, bitches. Back up, stand down before I squeeze, and it's a man down. Look how I stymie, how you little rascals flow like and how. So I liked his flow on that. Like he always had a dope flow and a dope delivery when he used to rhyme, and I liked the way that he delivered on this intro.
Yeah, definitely. Track number two, we're gonna rock. I like it, but I don't feel like this should have been like the first official song off this album.
Right,
I mean, it definitely had like a radio kind of feel to it, but it's solid. It's not like really like one of my favorites to keep it above with you.
right. Yeah, it's not one of my favorites. It was okay. I like the melody. Source Money saying haters hate me because I'm a big nigga with mass appeal. They suck a dick with gonorrhea and that's for real. So I like those lines. It was alright.
Right. And I don't know about the thing with this album, but I kind of felt like lyrically he kind of I want to say dumbed it down, but he kind of
Mm,
like went more conventional. Because if you heard Saw spit like in like Reasonable Doubt or
right.
even in the Dead or Alive track,
Mm-hmm.
like nigga was really like toe to toe with Jay and shit like that. With here
Right.
lyrically he's still good, but it's just like he had to soften up for the mainstream and shit. But
Mm-hmm.
I'll talk more about that. I'm talking more. Track number three, Love and War. Very cool. This should have started the album. This track
Right.
right here,
Mm-hmm.
because it has like a coming of age about how he came up in the streets, you know, and stuff like that. How he came up to the hip hop game, hooking up with Jay. I've always felt like this song should have started the album more, but
Right.
yeah, we all can't get what we want.
Yeah, it was cool. I like the beat and the violins on the track, the bass line, and Source saying 99's my time to shine and control them. Spread ones and sons, guns I still hold them. Fuck the law, this is what's in store. When the album drop, we gonna rush the floor. So that was some dope lines, man.
Yeah, very, 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 very dope track. Um, then we got the next track for my hustlers. Very dope track. This is one like a street track, dedicated to like his homeboys and stuff like that. Yeah, man, very good track right here. I love it. I love the line where he says, "Get a grip. I'm the preacher. You dance with the devil. Whoever my eyes focus on is not on my level, not even close. As girlfriends hate to see it. You can give me brain or get out, take it or leave it."
Yes.
Ugh, that's grimy
Fire.
right there.
Yep. Yeah, this was a dope single and just yeah, like to show people what he was coming with and I like that 70 it had like a 70s type of like feel to it. The piano loop was dope.
Right.
The beat was dope and saw saying you can ball over here. I play past that. Lots of cats love to talk peace when you blast back. No more fade ones. No, you shot enough of them. don't really do it now. You got to fuck with them. So that was dope. That definitely one of my favorites on this album.
Yes, sir. Track number five, Middle Finger You. Very
Yep.
controversial track. Um, this was produced by Clark Kent. Okay, so this is the one that I definitely did not know about until I was doing the research off this project, but bear
Mm.
with me. So apparently, this song kind of got into the whole Terror Squad and Roc-A-Fella beef, which
Oh
was pretty
shit.
much like Big Pun versus Jay Z or whatever.
Right.
And so Pun thought that this song was aimed at him, pretty much.
Right.
So Pun, and this is coming from DJ Wu Kid. He allegedly had like Wu Kid kidnapped and
What?
stuff like that. Yeah, and Wu Kid, he said he did say it in the interview
Wow.
because this song appeared on one of DJ Wu Kid's mixtapes, and Pun felt like it was a diss aimed at him because Pun threw some shots, like you said, with that Rude Boy Salute song, and of course,
Right. Hmm.
incident with Jay and stuff like that. So that's what happened. Pun, man. Big Pun was just a crazy ass nigga. Like,
So they had beef with Source Money too. I didn't even know that.
well, yeah, Rockefeller, Terrorist
Right.
Squad, they all had beef. Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
But yeah, this and then this song was not really like a diss track and shit like that. But yeah, that's what happened.
Crazy. I didn't even know that shit. But
Oh yeah,
that would have been something. Terror Squad against Rockefeller. And that crew at that time was strong. Like even before they got Remy in the fold and Tony Sunshine,
right,
you had like Joe and Pun and Cuban Link and Triple Sace and Prospect Armageddon. Like that would have been a battle against like the best Rockefeller cats at that time, Jay and Bleak and Beans and I ain't even gonna mention the milk. The milk, the milk. She's like X'd out of that, but
right.
wow. And you add Source Money in that would have been crazy. Damn, I didn't even know that. But this definitely was a dope title track. I like the beat and the nice the melody was dope. And Source Money saying my whole circle is hot like when the dryer spin. You just a cub nigga trapped off in the lions den. Fire dope. Fire lines for Source Man. I like this.
Yeah, man. Definitely a very hot joint right here. Then you got track number six, Do You See, featuring Diddy. Um, Very cool song. Definitely love that beat. It definitely had like a futuristic 80s kind of ordeal to it.
Mhm.
This is among one of the songs you really cannot listen to on streaming services and stuff like that. And this is exactly why I tell motherfuckers why I buy CDs and vinyls.
Mhm.
Exactly why, because
Right.
stupid shit like this.
Mhm.
People say, why you people, are you still getting CDs? Like, this is exactly why.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
don't give a fuck. So yeah, definitely love the beat. Not really one of my favorites on this album, but it's better than most Diddy produced tracks with the
Right.
beats. So
This is definitely a bad boy esque type of track. Is it has Diddy all over it. It's real jiggy. It's for the club, and I could definitely hear Mesa over this joint, and and I like the beat and the bass line, and you Pam from Total is on the chorus, and she's singing. Do you see what I see? I love that. When you look at when we say when I look in your eyes or whatever. I forgot to love the rest of the lyrics, but I like that little chorus with Pam on there, and it just
yes,
works for this track. And Source Money killed it, and I never understood the affiliation with Puff and Source until you mentioned it that he wrote for the No Way Out album.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that was dope.
yeah. And then we're gonna get into Face Off 2000 featuring Jay Z. Yo,
Right.
this is a very dope track right here.
Yeah.
Back in like niggas were already trying to do sequels to that song, say 2000 and stuff
Right.
like that. But this was like one of the better ones I've heard.
Right.
Um, I definitely feel like Sauce and Jay would definitely toe to toe on this one and stuff like that.
Hmm.
It's not the best Sauce and Jay collab, but I'm gonna
Right.
save that for later because
Right.
I have a lot to say about that one.
I definitely I think it's a dope sequel to the first Face Off on Volume 1. I definitely enjoyed that one from that album, and I like the beat is real smooth, and the bass line is dope, and I like the back and forth Mike played with Jay and Sauce. They always have good chemistry together.
Yes,
And Jay killed it, of course, and he says, I see you got a lot to get off your chest. Coat, blouse, bra, don't talk me to death. Like murders on your mind, mommy, off the dress. Jigger ran game till I lost my breath.
mm,
Vintage Jigger, and I love it. He's flawless.
exactly. Yeah, man. And then we're gonna get into what's that? Fuck that. Oh
Yeah,
my god, I did not like this song.
yeah, me neither.
Yo, I love you know how much I love Marley Marl.
Hmm.
But to me, the worst thing was that beat. It's like,
Yeah,
did he?
the beat
And
was,
this is Marley Marl we're talking about.
yep,
Marley Marl.
Molly Mall.
Rarely have I heard a bad beat. This was legitimately one. Well, let me not mention the Roxanne and Shantae Bad Sister album, the Craig G album. But
Right,
still, the mid to late '90s Marley Marl, that was like
hmm,
my favorite era.
right,
And so this beat, it definitely. Cause I thought it was like a Clark Kent beat, or I thought it was like who else? Like a jazz. I don't know. I just thought it was somebody in his circle. When I said Marley Marl, I was like, what? No, Marley.
right.
But this was a pretty not a good track. Not a good.
Yeah, I didn't care for this beat, and I love Molly Mall's production, and I didn't care for this one. It just didn't fit Sauce Money to me.
It did.
I'm like, nah, man, you got to give him one of them CNN beats. That would have been
Yeah,
better for him.
dog. The reunion beats.
Yes, a reunion beat or a War Report beat. That would have been better. This is like '99. That's He was still in his bag at that time. So
Yeah, we might have to pre-record a reunion too, because we've been talking about
yeah,
that for a while.
definitely. I love that album.
Yeah, underrated album too.
Yeah,
Very
for
underrated.
sure. Yeah.
And then we got Chart Climbing. Yo, this is like really one of my favorite tracks off this album. Very
Mhm.
Jazz O, man. That's
Yeah.
another producer I feel like don't get his props because he had some tough shit around this time too.
Right.
Especially the track he did for Group Home from the Living
Mm.
Proof album. That was a hot
Yes.
one.
Yes.
Yeah, Chart Climbing, definitely a very sick joint. Whenever he works closely with the Roc-A-Fella camp, he definitely brings out the best in him. So yeah,
Definitely. Definitely. It's definitely a dope joint. I like the beat. I like the piano loop and Sauce Money saying they just fake friends. They hope the shit ends. They see the dough my clique spending a big bend. So it's
right.
talking about like jealous ass friends and stuff like that. And I thought it was dope. I think Jazzo, if he was on Rockefeller, he would have helped a lot of those artists on there. Like Memphis Bleak and State Property. I think he definitely could have helped them excel. You know what I'm saying? Cause when
Right.
you producers, like you can have a beat maker and a producer where like the producer just give you the beat and then that's it. But like a real beat maker like Dre or like Pharrell, like they bring out the best in that artist. And I think Jazzo was like that. So
I agree.
yeah,
Where are we at? And then now we're gonna get into the crime skit, which I didn't really care too much for the skits on this album,
yeah,
so I'm just gonna skip through them.
yeah. That was I didn't care. It was like a voicemail skit. He's like going through his voicemail and he heard different messages. I'm like, well, what's the point of that?
I hate when hip hop albums do the stupid voicemails. Ah, it's always some
Yeah,
cheesy like tell like the Biggie's One More Chance original version where
right.
tell your hoes when they had his daughter say, tell your hoes all that boy ain't that right,
Right.
mommy? That was just like, why would you have your daughter do that shit?
Exactly.
Oh my
That's
god.
stupid.
The only time it really done right was the end of the Master Ace song "Turn It Up." Cause
Right.
it was a concept album,
Right.
and they had the people in the voicemail, and then they had that everyone was looking for Master Ace's cousin because he went over to the West Coast,
Hmm.
and so there was one girl. He's like, it was one girl. He's all thinking, oh, she came to talk to him and stuff like that. Oh, it's
Yeah.
your cousin, and then he.
Right. Right.
That was the only time I'll accept that, but everything else I just hate voicemail
Yeah.
skits in hip hop.
That was dumb.
Actually, the Heavy D one, the intro
Heavy
to
D.
the Nothing But Love album, that was hot. I like that one.
Yeah, those. I'm trying to remember those. Oh, you mean like the voicemail joint, the intro for that?
Yeah, what Martin, Coogee, Rap, all them niggas, like
Yeah,
Miss
yeah, that
Millie.
was cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
that's
cool.
another one I'll accept. But
Yeah,
anyway, then we're gonna get to Intruder Alert. Yo,
mm,
this was another dope joint with produced by Primo
yes,
and stuff like that. So it's not one of Primo's best beats because you know me, like I'm
right,
always critical about what Primo does,
mm,
but it's a solid. It's better than the Marty Marl beat. I'll give you that.
right. Yeah, they. I remember hearing this on like the Clue mixtapes back then, and I was like, yo, that could have been on the Jay Z album or a Streets is Watching soundtrack or something.
Right.
You know, they're definitely a dope joint by Preem. I like the beat and the scratching and the horn loop. You know, Source, like you talking about like setting this dude up at his crib, and he's saying no bullshitting. That's who that nigga be hitting. Let's post in the kitchen when he come start spitting, climb through the window, make his body drop degrees, breaking in the crib, nigga. I got the keys. Fire joint.
Yeah, very fire joint.
Yeah,
Um, then we're gonna see my ones featuring Bam Blue. I did not like this song.
yeah. Me neither. I ain't care for this.
It to me, it it's like he kind of chased for that radio. It's like this is what I'm talking about, where he had to dumb down his style and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we both didn't like this song, but
Nah.
then we get into pregame with Jay Z.
Yes.
Yo, this is like my favorite track off this album.
Mm-hmm.
Jay Z pretty much came out with one of his best lyrical performances in
Yeah.
history.
Definitely.
Oh my! Like I know this is a Sauce Money song, but to me, Jay
Yeah.
ate this track.
Definitely.
And even the niggas on like when I looked at the comment, people were just like, "Yo, this track," and this was like on the Belly soundtrack too.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, it was.
That's a soundtrack I never got. Belly.
That's the one I need to get too.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man, and it's crazy too because
Mm,
with that it uses the Quincy Jones sample,
right.
and I think too that's another reason why I don't think this song is really available on. I think this is another song that's not available on streaming services.
Right.
So Jay, he said some shit. He said some slick shit like, fast forward, no kids, 6 cars and 3 rollies, 2 cribs, trips to Cuba, sipping on Uber, got wrapped in a stupor, first to clap the group up, from the range with the ski rack or six with the roof up. Shit, I like motherfucking soundproof booth up. Like, oh my god. And
Fire.
like I said before, like I said, like this era of Jay Z, like the '96, well, '95 to maybe '01, that's my favorite era of Jay.
Right.
His like pen game, even like his pen game was just on some other shit, man.
Oh
Come
yeah.
on.
Definitely. Yeah, this was another joint they played on the mixtapes before the album came out, and it could be like a Jay Z song like featuring Source Money. I felt like the two songs with Jay on pregame and Intruder Alert, like Jay Z outshined Source Money on those,
Yes,
and it's almost like they work well together, but it's almost like Source Money. I'm sure he knew that. Like he played the back and he let Jay do his thing on it because having Jay Z at that time on your track, people are gonna pay attention, and even it's still like that now. So I think it was a great beat by Primos, that sinister piano melody. I love that joint. Jay killing it. He says your rap so lazy. Jigga the Black Scorsese. What your album like is more Jay Z. Code name Jehovah. All praise me. Y'all don't paint pictures. Y'all trace me. Yet to see when my squad be done. I represent that shit, nigga. Marcy, son. Fire, fire. Kill that joint. I wish they made a video for this joint because that definitely would have probably made the album some more units.
I just find it ironic how a Rockefeller song was on the Belly soundtrack, if you know what I mean. But
Right, right.
I mean, you know what?
Well, wasn't that wasn't well, who was in charge of the soundtrack though?
That's a good question. Hold
Wasn't that
on.
Def Jam? I thought that was Def Jam.
It was Def Jam, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
True, true. But yeah, I'm just being messy, you know.
Who else was on there that he had beef with? Well, when Nas was on there, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna put up the soundtrack right
Yeah.
now.
I know the Locks is on there. At that time, I think there was friction with him and the Locks.
Who, Nas or Jay?
With no, with Locks, the Locks and Jay, because remember they he called them out on the Do It Again track on Volume 3.
Yeah,
Three cuts in your eyebrows trying to wild out. Yeah, that was aimed at them. And then who else was on there? DMX was on there. He was still cool with DMX at that point.
man,
Um,
him and X were just competitive.
right,
Cause, like I said, like the whole Murder Inc. with him, Ja Rule, and X, because and shit like that. By that
right,
time, that was when that was faltering and shit like that.
right. Sean Paul was on that soundtrack. You know,
Yeah, man. ODB,
yeah,
Nori.
yeah,
I love the album cover for that soundtrack too.
yeah. The all white
Yeah,
background. I
I
love
seen
that.
the vinyl of that.
Oh shit.
That shit is looks nice. That's one
Yeah,
vinyl I need to get.
definitely dope soundtrack.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but that's then we're gonna get into what's the next track? Say Uncle.
Right.
This was okay. It wasn't really too big on this track right here, to be real with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, this was alright. Nice. I like the nice beat and the sinister piano loop, but it's not really a standout track for me.
Right. Then we're gonna get into Section 53, Row 78. Very dope track. I want to say this track was pretty much about like say the death of his child or some shit like that.
Right. He mentioned his mom too. Like his mom was sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very heavy track. Yeah, I kind of felt like this track right here. This should have ended the album if you ask me, because
Right.
the other two tracks, while they were good, I was just like, yeah, you chasing radio play with those tracks too.
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah, this was a dope joint. I like the sample that Tupac used for Pain.
yes, I forgot to mention too.
Yes, that love that. Always like that Tupac song. That was dope. A nice heartfelt track of in Source being getting serious about his personal life with his mom and his losing a kid and all that. And he says cause you deserve better than pissy elevators, straight shots from haters and roaches by the incinerator. No nosy neighbors made you want to run away. Main reason why I could never put my gun away. So definitely felt his pain in this song. And there's definitely a different side to Source Money that we didn't get a chance to hear on this album. So
Right. Then we're gonna get into What's My Name. And this song was okay. How
right.
many rappers have a song called What's My Name? I'm
Right. Snoop
Snoop,
Dogg.
X,
Right.
Eminem. I mean, come on, it's just like
Right.
what everyone knows. It's another one of those 2000 cliches that went like, okay, Bow
Yeah.
Wow.
Exactly. Did not care for it.
Yeah, they're gonna get. I didn't care for the V1 skit.
Right.
What We Do was okay, but it was just like that could have been up the album if you ask me.
Right. The V1 skill was whack. I like she actually liked the last track with Bleak.
Yeah,
It was real melodic, had a nice smooth groove, nice beat, and it sounds like something that Rockefeller would have did at that time. And I thought Bleak did his thing. He said, "I like to analyze Jigga Man. The evils is deep. Late night, I hit these hoes while they people's asleep. I like to wake up in the afternoon religiously. I went 1,000 last night. Fuck school. I'ma spend this G." So basically, they talking about like what they like to do, and I like the way that he kept like incorporating that part in his rhymes and telling people what he like to do on a normal day for him. So that was dope.
respect, true. All in all, this is actually a very good album. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
It has its flaws.
Hmm.
Like I said, lyrically, I felt like he kind of tried to chase a radio play with certain tracks.
Right.
I felt like if he would have cut some songs out and maybe taken all the skits out, it would have probably been close to a classic if you ask
Right.
me. This album went through like a lot of label politics. I
Right.
felt like Sauce held his own. With Jay Z. With productions from Primo.
Right.
Um, this might be sacrilegious. I feel like Puffy had a better beat than Primo and Money Mo on this
Right.
album.
That was
It's
dope. Yeah.
sacrilegious, but
That was dope.
yeah. What else about this album? What else about this album? Yeah, man. Unfortunately, it's like the only album he came out with. And this album's out of print. To this day, it's out of print. And I need to get this album. Like, I have to
Yeah.
look at Discogs or some shit. Cause,
Word.
and I hate when Amazon, they said the vinyl was like $5 or some shit, but
Mm.
it was like a single. I was like,
Oh
nigga, I
wow.
want the fucking single, fucking album, nigga. I'm not. I mean, I collect singles sometimes, but you
Right.
know, nigga, the single has to have like an exclusive remix or something.
Yeah.
Like if it's like Prince, a scandalous single, then yeah, I'm getting
Mhm.
that shit.
Right. True. You know. Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
thought it was. I thought it was a great. I thought it was a solid album. And he definitely is an underrated lyricist, and having like the big names like Jay-Z on two features with Intruder Alert and Pregame, and having Puffy on Do You See, that was dope, and having Primo and Clark Kent. So there was some bangers on here. There was like three or four songs I ain't care for, but I definitely feel like it's a solid for a Mike album. So
yeah, same.
yeah,
So that was Sauce Money with Middle Finger U. I'm gonna stay
yes,
up about a couple minutes and shit.
yeah,
Shit.
man,
Oh, what was I gonna say? Yeah, I might just drop this probably Monday.
true.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop this Monday. Yeah, this album
Uh,
grew on me over the years. Like I slept on this album for long.
I heard it like one time, and I'm like, oh, let me go back and listen to this because it's been a minute.
For real, I
So
was just like literally on YouTube. I was like, it's been a while since I heard that Sauce Money album.
yeah,
Let me do a review on that one.
yep,
But yeah, the
fire track.
reunion. Yeah, I definitely want to do
Yes,
the reunion.
definitely. I love that album.
Yeah, that's a. You know what? I might even put that the same length as War for. I don't care what no one
Yeah,
says.
yeah, definitely. It's only Tommy Boy fucked them over for the promotion, but that was a great album.
It was.
You know,
I mean,
definitely.
but like War Report, yes, that's a legendary
Yes,
album. But let's
yes.
let's let's give love to Reunion too.
Hmm. Definitely.
Hell, I even read some people so they even like the Reunion more than War Report because they had more Capone. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't even get mad about that because
Right.
lyrically both Capone and Noriega was definitely like they could have been on that length as like MOP
Hmm.
or some shit like that. You know what
I
I'm saying?
agree. I agree. I think they still like that. I think they still an underrated duo, and they got heat in their discography. So
Yeah, like they're underrated. But I just
yeah.
to me, their first two albums was just it for me. I didn't
Yes.
care for the War Report 2
Right.
or that the other one that came out with in '09.
Yeah. Channel 10.
Talents. Oh my,
Yeah.
they were using.
I
Why are they using the auto tune on that album?
that's because they were working with Ether Boy with Ron Browns, so that's when he blew up as an
Oh my
artist.
fucking god!
I mean, he had jumping out the window that hit, and he had
Where
another
the
song
fuck is
that
he at?
Ron. I
This
don't
nigga
know.
was hot for like '09.
Hmm.
This nigga literally disappeared. He dropped that one album and he just
Yep.
disappeared.
I think they shelved that album, that Eat the Boy album. I don't think it ever officially came out.
Oh yeah, they did shelve the album.
Yeah, I
Wow.
remember hearing it on. I think it was like on Morpheus or something back then, or Aries, that one of them softwares, and it was dope. And he had like a lot of features on there, but I don't know. Like it's like he just disappeared after that.
I just hope he's not on drugs or nothing like that. No,
For
no, no.
real,
I'm really serious because like watch him do an interview with Vlad or some shit.
man.
He's talking about label screw me over.
Hmm.
Like, you know how these artists like I'm
Yeah,
not even trying to be funny though when I
and
say
he was already rich by then, like because that was like the man that did Ether for Nas. Like everybody knew him for that.
hell he could have done some shit
Hmm.
with his money got screwed over and some
Yeah.
shit.
And he
You
had
know?
like I think he had when Benzino was going through that beef with Eminem, he was doing stuff for Benzino that time too.
Oh God.
You know what I mean? So he was caking. I don't know what happened to him after the Eat the Boy album.
Let me look it up. 'Cause
You
I'm
know,
actually curious now. Hold on.
remember that last shit he dropped was Arab music. That was '09 with Buster.
Exactly. And
That was a big hit.
that album was supposed to have came out in '09, came
Right,
out in 2010.
right. I never seen it on Amazon or anything. You know, I'm like I never even seen nobody post it. I'm like shit. Y'all remember Eat the Boy? That must be a gem.
So he's been giving friends free downloads of his songs. He's been touring.
Touring and this COVID.
No, well, they said touring like in 2014 and shit.
Oh, damn.
That's the latest from 2014.
Shit. He been off the grid.
Oh, the album Ether Librium was released.
Oh, it was released. I thought he called it Ether Boy.
To be honest, I think both names are stupid. No, no, I'm being dead ass. Like
Mm,
he produced Ether, and low key,
mhm.
I'm sorry, but I love Ether,
Right.
but the beat is not really one of my favorite beats with Nas. I'm sorry. I don't want to be known for that fucking beat.
Right.
Like you Ether boy. Like and that's why I really wish Large Professor would have really produced that track.
Right.
And I'm being real. I've always
Hmm.
felt like Ether
I
was a
feel you.
bad beat. I'm not just gonna kiss Nas's ass for everything he does. Fuck it.
Right.
And I love and respect Nas, but I'm not. I say shit about my legends too. Like
Right. True.
I feel like Takeover was a better beat.
Right.
Like you sampling the fucking Doors, my nigga. The 5 to 1 joint, my nigga.
Mm, right.
What did Ether do? Like what the fuck is that? Like a preset in like Reason or some shit? Come on.
Mm,
Like if Large Professor would have done some shit like
mm,
the just in front of game of baseball, like if it would have
right.
given out like a beat in that same vein, can you
Mm,
imagine?
right. I feel you on that.
That's why this beat bad with Large Professor he needs to happen, man.
Yes, definitely.
I'm gonna work on the flyers this week because I've just
Right.
been so caught up with this bullshit gig and
Right.
this fucking beefs and shit, man. Like,
I feel you.
if anything, the week after next, I want to try the first episode and shit.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Oh yeah,
They need to put like Lord. They need to put Lost Professor against like like Lord Finesse or something.
I'm not gonna get mad about that. To be
You
real,
know, or Diamond D or something.
I would say Lord Finesse against Diamond D. That would be
Yeah.
good for New York. To be real with you,
Yeah, definitely.
but fucking Timberland and Swiss Beats, they're too busy doing dead artists now and shit. So.
Why? Like, who's interested in that? I wanted like for what?
Like, give me a matchup you would not expect to happen.
Right. Right.
Like Alicia Keys and John Legend. Like, I didn't
That
expect
was
that.
good.
That was good.
Yeah.
I don't know why people gets a lot of hate though, but niggas want to see Jeezy and Gucci.
Yeah.
I
And
mean, the Jeezy and Gucci one was good too. I'm not gonna front.
you know, see Ashanti and Keisha Cole coming late with her attitude and shit. Like, why?
Bro,
Why?
don't even get me started on that bullshit.
Why she had an attitude? You came in late. All she was
You know
showing was
they
boobs. Huh?
they actually revealed the reason. Hold on,
Mm,
let me see. Because Ashanti actually said the reason.
right.
Ashanti was looking good.
Oh yeah, she was.
Okay, I feel like she aged better. In my opinion. I ain't
Yes.
think she was that cute when she was young. To be real with you. No,
She's a woman now. That's what it was.
yeah, yeah. I mean, she had that girl next door kind of
Yeah. She looked like a woman now, especially after Nelly fucked up.
after Earth Gotti fucked up.
Yep, yep. Both of them. She made them pay. She's like, ah, look at me now. Y'all never get it back. Yeah.
Oh no, she explained.
Mm.
Oh wait, yeah. Keisha Cole's DJ explained. Okay. Uh, niggas always have to tell a story before they get to the point. So I'm just
Oh
gonna slow
Lord.
down. Oh, it was the technical difficulties because she didn't want to come out because her screen was blurry.
Oh. But she took like forever, like 2 hours. Like
Yeah.
what the hell,
I feel like
Keisha?
there's more to the story, but I'll accept
Of
that.
course. Well, did Frankie and her mom get there? Like, you know? Oh man, it's crazy.
Well, they haven't had a reality show since like 2012.
I know, right? She said, "Fuck that, y'all not make me look stupid out here." She already was looking stupid when she keyed up Bow Wow friend's car and went crazy with Birdman. And like she make herself look crazy out there.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? So like she had enough of that shit. And she on Vlad telling Vlad years ago that she gonna be celibate for a while. And I'm like, come on, man.
Yo, sit your ass down, dude.
Yeah, Booby Gibson was her baby daddy, and he cheated on her. And I'm like, come on, man.
Oh, how many baby daddies does she have?
I only know about Booby. I don't know. She had more kids than. But she have another kid,
Booby.
right?
Wait,
Wait,
his name is Booby? What kind of
his,
bullshit?
he played with LeBron in Cleveland before LeBron left and went to Miami in
I
2010.
don't care if he played with Michael Jordan in the Bulls. What the kind of
I
name is
forgot his name is Daniel Gibson, but I don't know why they call him Booby. That was his nickname.
Booby?
They called him Booby Gibson. I'm like, yo, a grown ass man. I can't picture LeBron calling another dude, yo, Booby. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
Like, really? Like, you calling dude Booby? Like,
bro, Booby.
yeah, that's his nickname. And he hasn't been in the league in years since he married Keisha. So
Mom,
I don't know what happened to him.
mommy, I
I
got a
know
big.
he got married to Keisha, and then his NBA career went downhill, and then they got a divorce. So I don't know what happened.
Mommy, I got a boo boo.
You know what I'm saying? I remember they had a reality show together, and then that was it.
Bro, what is up with this girl and these damn reality shows?
Yeah, Booby Gibson. I'm like, really? I'm like, bro, like, you have motherfuckers call you that when you're 40? You know what I'm saying? Like, who gave him that? I'm assuming his mother gave him that name when he was a baby. Like, oh, they should have stopped calling you that after a while.
They should slap his mother if he that shit.
Booby. Like, oh my
No,
god.
you know what's funny though?
Mm,
Speaking of nicknames, you remember the group Immature?
yeah.
Tell me why I was watching a video about how they got their nicknames. And
Hmm.
Marcus Houston said they call him Batman. That
Oh,
he's the
yes, I remember. Yeah, they used to call him Batman. I remember that. That they called him Batman when he was a kid, right?
yeah because he had Batman underwear on his pants.
Right. I remember. I forgot. Totally forgot they used to call him that shit when they were little. They used to call him Batman. Why the fuck was he called Batman? He
First,
never. I don't think he wore like the actual Batman costume in any of their videos.
first of all, that's a corny ass name. I'm surprised they didn't get
Batman.
sued for that.
See,
Second of all, what is underwear doing on this boy?
I'm like, yo,
Yo,
hey, that's a lot better than having. Remember when Jaden Smith dressed up as Batman at was it whose wedding it was? It was Kim's wedding.
but see, that's Jaden Smith. I expect
But
that.
it, but bro, they had Will and Jada had this nigga dressed up as Iron Man because he didn't want to talk to the paparazzi and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? What is
Well,
going on here? In 90 degree heat, you dressed up as in an Iron Man costume in New
well,
York?
it's the Smith family. The Smith family always says, "Come
I'm like,
on,
I
it's
remember looking at those wedding pictures. I'm like, bro, everybody in the wedding pictures look normal, and this nigga Jaden had on a white Batman costume. I'm like, yo, what the fuck am I seeing here? That shit was hilarious. I'm like, this dude look like a widow.
Well, did this nigga Jaden say that Todd the Creator was his boyfriend or some
Yeah,
shit?
dude, Tyler said that on Twitter. I don't know if they were joking or if that's for real. I'm like, bro, what? This is I can't like the shit that this younger generation do. I don't condone at all, man. Like they just weird, you know.
Bro, I don't. Something about the Smith family is just. I'm sorry. I love Will and Jada,
Right.
but yo, I respect their family, but y'all just weird as hell.
I'm like, how you had your son dress up as at a wedding as white as Batman in a white Batman costume? I've never seen a white Batman costume ever. What is he supposed to be like, polar bear Batman? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is that shit?
Hold on. Mm. You mean this?
What the fuck is that? Yeah, this thing got a cape. Oh man, that shit. And you know that shit costs money. I'm like, you really spending thousands of dollars for a white Batman costume? And so for somebody wedding, and Batman, Batman himself has never even worn that in a comic book or a movie. What the fuck is that? They hired the wrong dude. They should have hired Jaden Smith to play Batman in Justice League and not Ben Affleck. Cause I'm like, bro,
That's like Tupac wearing a sweater vest.
yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then he was out with, I think it was one of them Jenner daughters. He was out with the Iron Man costume, and it's like 90 degrees here in New York. I'm like, bro, like really? What happens if this nigga like get a heat stroke and pass out?
You're gonna be like Martin Lawrence and shit, like.
That shit was hilarious. I'm like, these Hollywood parents, man, they really dumb. They just let their kids do whatever. you know, it's crazy.
Mm. Oh shit.
Batman. I forgot they used to call him, but at some point he stopped having people call him that though.
Who? Yeah,
Marquis Simpson.
yeah. He went by another name. Hold on,
Hmm.
because it's some corny ass shit. That's when
I
they went
totally
by I
forgot they
am.
were, but they all had little nicknames too though. The one eyed cat. He had a nickname. I forgot his name. Romeo. Then he had a nickname, and then the other dude had a nickname.
Yeah, it was Batman, Romeo, and LDB.
LD, right. And I'm like, why they call him Batman? And then like after when he got older, he stopped having people call him Batman.
Bro, bro, come on.
What the hell? That don't look like no Batman. Roger.
I'm sorry, but Chris Stokes just creeps me out.
Yo. Christos gave that nigga that name, yo, Batman. Yeah, because he wears Batman underwear. How would you know Christos? You know what I'm saying? You getting a little bit too personal to some little boys to know what kind of underwear they wearing and shit. Shit. Batman.
And they went by IMX. Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't like that. IMX. I'm like, why they shortened it?
Where's the X coming from? What?
Right. What that's supposed to mean? Oh, you're no longer the artist formerly known as immature? Is that what
Oh,
it
you
is?
bad.
Yeah.
Oh, you
We're grown
bad.
up now. We're grown up. We're no longer immature. We're mature. We're mature X.
First of all, you ain't Malcolm X, nigga.
I don't think they dropped any big hits when they were IMX. I'm trying
They
to think
did.
of any. They did.
Yeah. Like, trust me, they were. I'm not the big fan of the
Right.
IMX, but they were big.
They were
Yeah.
big. Wow.
That was when Marcus Houston had that weird hairstyle and shit.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh man.
Oh my god, something about
IMX.
it. But I'd rather listen to Immature than B2K.
Oh God. It's like choose your poison. Yeah. you know.
But
That's
Immature had some hits though. They
yeah.
had
They
some
had some
like
hits. They had some
We
hits.
Got It,
Yeah.
Never Lie.
Never
Yeah,
Lie was dope. Yeah.
the remix.
The remix was dope.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh God. Yep. Oh man. IMX.
IMX. Shit. Wait, how did we get into Immature though?
I don't know. we we talking about Jaden Smith dressed up as Batman, and then we had an actual Batman before Jaden Smith.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean?
But yo, this whole entanglement shit.
Yo,
Where's August Alsina now, man?
for real, right? Your album flopped. It didn't work. You know what I mean? He tried to use sleeping with Jada to promote his album. He might need to come out with a sex tape if that's the case.
Shit.
You know? I know they have a sex tape. They must have a sex tape. They must. If he dropped that, then you could promote your album. Just re-release it with some bonus tracks. You know?
Loki, I'm trying to think. Jada Pinkett is cute, but would I really have an entanglement with Jada Pinkett?
At this point, I don't know. Back in the low down dirty shame era, yeah,
Set it off.
definitely.
Yes, set it
Yes,
off.
set it up. Yes, definitely. You know what I'm saying? You know, let me have an entanglement with like Ella May or something, or you know what I mean, or Rihanna or something like that. She going with ASAP Rocky.
Yeah, Rihanna is dating Ace.
Yeah, yeah. You
Loki,
know,
I feel like they've been dating. They just now going public with it.
yeah.
We already knew about that.
Man, that ain't gonna last. He's just a drive by. You know, should be under somebody else.
Cause they have different viewpoints, especially with what ASAP thought about
Mm.
dark skinned girls, and then what
Oh
Rihanna
boy.
thinks about, like
Right.
I feel like I don't know
Right.
different viewpoints and shit.
You know.
But you know what? Kim and Kanye lasted how long?
Shit. It's been too long. Maybe now I can get back to some classic albums because you know.
At this point, the only thing that can save Kanye is himself.
Right. Yep. Shit. Ella May. Who else I would have an affair with? Trying to think. J Lo. Um. She looked good for her age. I mean, 50. She don't look 50 to me.
I mean, Loki, I don't want to be I don't want to be a side nigga. That's just me. It's like you gonna drop this nigga to be with me or what? Or
And
we
entrapment. Entrapment.
I'm sick and tired of this cat and mouse bullshit.
And entrapment. That's what we call it in now. Give me Demi Lovato when she's like, she's cleaned up now and shit.
I'd rather get Britney Spears than Demi Lovato.
Britney Spears. Or yeah, Britney looking hot too again. You know what I mean? Or
Um, hell, give me Megan Thee Stallion. I don't give a fuck.
Megan Thee Stallion and entrapment with her.
Who said in Trump? Just give me Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, you want her to be a boo?
I mean,
Hmm.
I'm not talking about boo. I said we can do a little something, but
Right.
she can't handle a nigga like me. She keeps talking about all this shit about men, like she can't handle a nigga like me and shit.
Oh man.
All this city girls, all
Right.
this do it on the tip, all this body
Right.
yada yada shit like that, nigga. You dealing with the slick motherfucker at this point.
And what's up with Tiny? Tiny must have some golden cooch, yo. Like
She,
for Ti to be for Ti to be doing all this shit, all this to go through all this trouble for Tiny, you must have some golden goose egg cooch, man. You know what I'm saying? You fighting Floyd Mayweather, one of the best boxers of all time for Tiny? That has to be some fire cooch. It has to be. I'm convinced. You know what I'm saying? If you doing sex trafficking, that has to for Tiny, that has to be some fire cooch.
yo,
I want to see what her cooch look like.
this nigga's going. This you said maybe it's time for him to go back to prison.
Yes. It's time for him to get locked up again. It's been years. Paper Trail was what, 06? This is 2021. We need a classic T.I. album. Go back to prison, get a gun charge. Hopefully they find him guilty of sex trafficking. Give us Paper Trails 2 or something. You know what I mean? We need a classic T.I. album. It's been years, damn it. All this other shit he's doing, this woke crap. That's not really him. You know? You fucking us against them bullshit and trouble is the heavy hand. Like I don't like all that. Paper Trail to me was the last great album. Get that gun charge, yo. Get that sex trafficking charge. If he's in the pen for like 2-3 years, we're gonna get like some classic albums from Ti. Man, back to two back-to-back Ti albums up that's classic in this era. That'll be dope. 'Cause I don't even think the young generation really fuck with Ti like that.
No, because they only know him for him doing these stupidest things.
Right. The reality show, they don't know his music. You know, like this man has some classics, yo.
Yo,
Yeah.
huh. You know who is really
Mm.
saying some shit about how come I don't hit up like that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Right.
girl, I've been busy as fuck. It's like,
Mm.
damn.
She
Every
want to
time
see
I'm
you.
about my own business, the niggas be like, how come you don't hit me? Like, damn.
She want to see you.
She just wants me to. She wants me to
Right.
like talk to her every night. I'm just like, I just
Right.
don't trust you. On some bullshit.
Oh
And
boy.
I told her that I don't like when he did that slick shit to me.
Right. Are we talking about the model here or no?
No, we talking about. Oh wait, the VV.
Yeah, the mixtape model chick.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not her. No,
Oh,
she cool. She cool.
oh, she cool.
I'm talking about the slick one.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
boy. Wow. You just gotta keep your distance from her if she acting like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like we can keep talking business, but still,
Right, right. Point.
what's going on in hip hop? Let me see what's in hip hop next.
50 Cent was clowning Method Man on online. I'm like, yo, you really want to get in a beef with Method Man? you know?
Back down 50.
Oh my god, man.
Low key, J Prince is doing take on TC. He's talking a lot of mess on social
Mhm.
media.
Right.
It wasn't until like 3 or 4 years ago I finally knew what this nigga looked like. Cause he
That's
all
crazy.
the shit about Drake and shit like that. I'm like, come
Right,
on.
exactly. Drizzy.
City girls bring outside music to pack Florida concert despite COVID-19 pandemic. Yeah, what else is going on? And New York drill rapper Dusty Locane, okay,
Oh wow.
addresses Pop Smoke conspiracies and reveals their background history. Another clone rapper. And this is one thing I hate about rappers. Everyone
Mm,
wants to be like everybody and shit like that. And this is the
right.
thing I keep talking about. Like people say one comparison. Oh, you like Tupac. Oh, you like this. You let that motherfucking shit go to your fucking head.
Hmm.
Nigga just fucking died. Nigga.
Yep.
Boy, Cardi models given G and the Antigona bag for spring summer 2021 campaign. Whatever. My friend said that Playboy Cardi scares him or some shit.
he scares me too. If this is the future of rap, that's really scary.
Why does nigga sit like this? Look.
Mm. uh,
Yo, I heard his album. I'm just like, so
mm.
this is what the hype is all about. Like
I don't get the NBA young boy. I don't get none of some of these cats, man.
this NBA young boy is trash.
I don't get none of these. I'm like, what is so hard about these dudes, man? At some point when these teenagers get 20, 21, like 21 and shit, they're gonna realize like, oh, I was listening to that when I was 14. Let me listen to something else because this is not it for me.
Better put that Reg on. Put
You
that
know what I
Michael
mean?
Jackson song. Put
For
that.
real, I'm like half of these dudes ain't gonna be around in another 5 6 years. Look at this dude. What the fuck? Wow.
Look at these horns. Look at these
Oh my
horns.
god. Can you get any more gayer? Like red is that red hair he has?
Yeah, that's right here.
Wow.
I'm not even talking about the hair and shit like
Mm.
that. I'm just talking about what's all this satanic shit right here.
Satanic images like Buster Rhymes was talking about. Satanic. He's part of
Right.
Illuminati. you know. He's selling his soul to be a widow.
Exactly.
How would that conversation go if when he met Illuminati and they told him, oh, you got to go through door number 3, you got to be as weird as possible. You know what I'm saying? How would that kind? Oh, you be the illest weirdo out there, and you'll be rich and famous.
I
Crazy.
mean, that's what a
All
lot
you
of
gotta do
rappers.
is all you gotta do is dye your hair red and wear double horns. Okay,
It's
you know
either
what I
do
mean?
this or we'll kill your mother or some shit.
For real, right? Yeah, exactly. Like, don't do that. I'll wear the double horns. You want me to wear a dog collar too?
I'm weak.
Oh man. Oh god. It's
Shit,
crazy, man.
you ain't never hear no rock artist
Yeah.
like doing no.
But the rock artist already weird. Ozzy Osbourne biting heads off of bats and drinking blood and shit. Bruh. That would
fucking
be it for me. I'm like, yo, if that's all I gotta do, okay. I ain't gotta do nothing else for the rest of my career. Cool. You
fucking
know?
Jerry Lee Lewis burying his cousin.
Crazy shit, yo. You know?
Oh shit.
Wow.
Fucking Keith Richards and shit. Look
Mm,
at Keith Richards. Like Keith Richards did every drug in the book, and
right. And he's
he's
still
still
alive.
he's
That's
still kicking.
crazy. They still going on tour. Like y'all gonna die on the stage, man. They're gonna be like 100 years old, like the Grateful Dead. You know that logo with the skeletons? They gonna be like that. Be
God,
skeletons and holding guitars and shit.
God bless them though. Like all them drugs them that they've done and shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Fucking what's his name? What's his name? Johnny Cash almost getting his dick ripped off and shit.
Lord, he had Lorena Bobbitt too, or what?
No, some ostrich almost ripped his dick off and shit.
An ostrich? What? What the fuck? What? How you let an ostrich get near your cock like that, yo? Like, how does that happen?
Because the ostrich came into his farm, and Johnny Cash was trying to fight the ostrich, and the ostrich whooped his ass, and he almost
What the
ripped his dick off.
fuck? Holy shit! I wish they had video of that. I would have loved to see that shit. The ostrich beat your ass and ripped his dick off. What the hell? That's that's wild, Joe. That's a menacing ostrich. We need to do a horror film. I never heard no shit like that. Wow,
Mm.
that's crazy.
Fucking Keith Moon putting explosives in his drums and blowing up his drum kit on live TV.
Wow, these rock and roll dudes were wild, man.
For real.
Sharing women, making thoughts they wife and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you would wife up Pamela Anderson after she done been with mad people,
You
Tommy
heard,
Lee, Bret Michaels and shit. Like you would wife that up and be like, oh, this is wifey, her,
you heard about
her.
the, you heard about the story where David Bowie and Mick Jagger were in bed together.
No, I never heard that. What the hell? Well, they were high, right? They had to be high, yeah. That's
Look at
weird.
David Bowie's wife came into bed and she was like, "Are you guys okay?"
Oh my lord, white people, boy. Holy shit.
That's why if you see that dancing in the street video,
Mm,
they looking real chubby in that video.
right, for real, right?
I'm just saying.
That's wild. They got to do a David Bowie biopic. That must happen.
No,
No, no biopic.
his family does not want that shit, but they're still trying to make that shit happen.
What about one for Mick Jagger and Rolling Stones?
Now that would be dope.
Yeah,
But I'm not going to support the David Bowie biopic. I'm just going to stick to documentaries.
true.
Unless if his family is behind it, then I'll
Right.
support it.
Wow.
Cause y'all not going to disrespect Bowie like that. I've seen the trailer for that bullshit. That shit trash.
Oh Lord,
Y'all ain't gonna do Bowie like this.
Lord.
I'll even boycott the movie not to be released in theaters. So,
I know you would.
that's how much I love Bowie and shit. Like that.
COVID and all, you was like, you be out there.
Yeah, because
You know
like
what I
I
mean?
said, David Bowie's career
Like,
spanned generations, and
hmm
it's like a you have to get that shit right. You can't
right,
just have anybody play Bowie. You
right.
can't just have anybody. Because you know, sometimes y'all
Mm,
might gloss over certain things in Bowie's life and career
mm,
and shit like that, and I'm not gonna be down for that. No,
right.
like give me a documentary and shit, or
I agree.
like a Showtime documentary, because the things that Bowie done in his career, like what he did for black artists itself too,
Right.
she never gets talked about. And
True.
I have a feeling if they do the movie, they're gonna gloss over that shit.
Hmm. Yep. Probably. They're probably making more about him and the mom and shit.
Especially talk about his drug use, like spend
Yep.
like all that talk
Yeah.
on drug use.
True. True.
And I'm not saying talk about every little thing in his career.
Right.
They talk about the significant moments or stuff we don't even know about. You know what I'm saying?
True. That's true.
Like, and if his wife is not even behind it either, then I'm not down for it.
Right.
But I ain't gonna disrespect Iman either,
True.
because I've seen some trashy biopics.
Oh Lord.
Well, that's what we might have to do a top
Trashy.
trashy biopics.
Interesting.
it doesn't have to be just music because it could be
Hmm.
anything too. Because
Right.
one of the worst biopics I've seen was the Leo one. I
Oh
think,
God, the Lifetime one. Oh Lord.
yeah.
I didn't even watch it. I heard. I saw a piece of it, and then I remember when Timbaland was on Twitter talking shit about it. Wow.
See, Lifetime, they're getting their shit together with the Clark sisters and Salt and Pepper, but I'm not gonna forget. Matter of
Right.
fact, I'm sorry. How is Wendy Williams gonna ruin the Leo biopic? But she gonna make her biopic all good with the fucking documentary crying and shit.
Exactly.
How the fuck? How make that make sense? Make that make sense.
Oh Lord. The Pac one wasn't good. The Leo one wasn't good.
You know which one
The
wasn't good?
the Tupac one, All Eyes on Me.
You know what? The All Eyes on Me.
Mm.
That's a class by itself. That's another reason
Mm.
why I stick to Tupac Resurrection
Right.
because even his mom did not want that movie to happen. And
Right.
when he died, they rushed that movie,
Right.
and I was just like, no,
And the Jimi Hendrix one with Andre 3000, that was
I
bad
didn't even
too.
see that. I didn't even see that one.
That's I believe that's still on Netflix. It's been on Netflix for years.
I heard they
Mm.
didn't have the rights for Hendrix's music, so
Yeah,
they
the
were
music
trying to
not
rock
in
and
there.
forth,
Yeah.
which is cool, but
Mm.
to me, no,
Yep.
because now he's performing other people's music, and it's
Exactly.
nah, I'm
But
not down.
he looked like Jimi Hendrix, like the
I don't give a
costumes
fuck.
and the
I don't give a,
makeup, you know.
I don't give a fuck if he played
Right.
Muhammad Ali and he looked like Muhammad Ali. That was a wasted opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
Like,
the downside. I think if they had the music, it probably would have been a lot better. You
like to
know.
be honest with you, this nigga doesn't drop a solo album and shit like
Hmm.
that, but you doing
Hmm.
this trashy shit.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And talking about you got writer's block, you got actor's block. So you know what I'm saying?
Like I said, I have to say my shit tonight.
You got actor's block because he ain't come out with a good movie what Idlewild. Idlewild, I think was the last movie I saw him in. He ain't come out
Yo,
with shit since then.
I do not even get I know wow. Like,
I didn't like it. They were trying to be too weird in Idlewild. You know what I'm saying? They did not like it. And the soundtrack is just that's the only one bad Outkast album I don't care for. Except for like two or three songs. I'm like that Idlewild soundtrack was not good. You know. Oh man.
it's like they were trying to be color purple and light at the same time.
Right. I'm like, what is this? They like talking. I think they were like, wasn't one of them dancing in the rain or some shit, or making out in the rain with some chick? I think it was Andre that was doing that shit. I'm like, what the fuck am I
Hold
saying?
on. Where's my fire sticker remote? That's a good laugh one, bro.
Oh, man. I see that shit on cable. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't go see that shit. I'm like, that was a waste. That was no good. You know. Oh man. And
You
that's why when people talk about their discography, they don't mention Idlewild.
right.
People
I'm
don't
like,
like that
hey,
album.
hey, what about that? No, no.
Nope,
It
nope,
was people
that don't
behind
count. That don't count. The fucking speaker box level below count more than Idlewild. And Idlewild, they were on the fucking album. That's a regular Outkast album, and people like speaker box level below more.
Your heart is like a marching band.
Yeah.
Remember that video to Morris Brown?
Morris Brown, right? That's the first time I heard of Janelle Monae.
Oh yeah,
Janelle, not
that one.
Is Janelle Monae. That's her name. Yeah, yeah, because she was on that shit. You know what I'm saying? But that soundtrack was bad.
But what the fuck am I watching? This
Yo.
Josephine Baker wannabe.
Yeah, I'm like, the fuck?
What the fuck?
Fuck is this 1950s bullshit, yo? People ain't gonna watch that.
I might even do a review on the movie.
Oh wow. And the soundtrack or just the movie?
Well, eventually, I was going to talk about all Outkast albums
Oh,
eventually
right, right.
because I still haven't talked about Southern Playalistic yet.
Yeah, that was dope.
So yeah, eventually. But I was like, black. I said, black community. We cannot forget this.
Yeah.
I mean, stylistically,
Mm,
I like it, but I've
mm,
seen it before. That's the issue.
exactly.
And And I love Outkast, but it's like
Mm,
not everything that he do was revolutionary because people
exactly.
have done stuff Outkast have done.
Not that soundtrack.
I mean, I'm not talking about. I'm just talking about just in general.
Right.
But like I said, I love Outkast, but still,
Mm,
sometimes people just be like, okay, I'm just like, okay, okay.
right.
And when y'all say, oh, they better than Trial, I'm like, I
Yeah. Yeah. People were saying that they would watch Tribe. I'm like, what? Yo,
I'm
really
like,
discrediting Tribe?
y'all reaching right now. Y'all,
I'm like, bro,
in
that
my
would be a
opinion,
closer battle.
Outkast never made a good album as good as Midnight Marauders.
Wow. I don't know.
I'm just, don't, no, 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 don't get me wrong.
Mm,
But Midnight Marauders is like very, it influenced generation. Outkast,
right.
this shit influence, but it's like different wavelengths and stuff.
Mm, yep.
But Tribe never made a good album like ATL and stuff. If you think about it,
Well, you got Low End Theory and Midnight. That's their best to me.
I mean, yeah, yeah, but it's like they're great in their own. What they've done in hip hop,
Right.
respectively, you can't compare to what others have done. I think
Right.
I think that's the best way of saying it.
Right.
But Outkast's fan base though, they be like saying some shit like, "Oh,
Mm,
Andre would dust Tupac."
yeah.
Like, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Like, yo, the
yo,
dude, he in the same category as Lauren. You got one album. you know. Yeah. You got one album as a solo artist. Like all of a sudden we put him in top five all time. You know. For me, it got to be a little bit more than just you having bars. Like Black Thought is a great lyricist, but he ain't got no solo albums. He got roots albums.
yeah, his solo albums are not.
You know what I'm saying? He got fucking EPs with Salam Remy. That don't count. You know, niggas wasn't running to listen to that shit. You know, I heard motherfuckers say that Drake is better than. I'm like, Drake is better than Black Thought. Are y'all sniffing the glue? Drake is not touching Black Thought when it comes to bars.
Drake is not even touching
You know what I
Kennedy.
mean? I'm like, Drake's pen is questionable. We don't even know if he still wrote his shit. And Jaguars claims that Malik B was writing Black Thought shit.
I can kind of believe that
You believe that?
a little bit, especially in the early days. I
Right,
kind of believe it.
right, right.
Jaguar White, man, she just. And this is one thing I kind of don't want. You using Malik
Mm,
B dead to now say all this shit. What was all this shit years ago? I'm just saying.
exactly. Yep, it's true. You know what I mean? I'm like, man, I'm like, Andre got one solo album like Lauren, so we putting them in top five all time. You know, Fuji's got one classic album. Why she deserve to be in top five? I can see if it's a female, the females, but out of everybody, I think that's too high for Lauren. You know,
But no one talks about Diggable Planets though. That's the thing.
right? That's they got slept on too.
In my
I don't know.
opinion,
I don't know if they have. Do they have a classic? Is Blowout Come? I mean, I'm asking because I don't hear nobody mention them. That's what I'm saying.
let me tell you something. People love Reaching, and I love the Reaching album too. But Blowout
Right.
Code is
I
a
thought that one was better. I thought Blowout Come
better.
was better.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Hmm.
That's a classic to me, and I
Right.
feel like that album is getting more respect in recent years.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for that album, you wouldn't have albums like Pimp a Butterfly.
Right.
In terms of subject matter and shit like that, that Afrocentric black exploitation kind of deal.
Right. And see, even though I had the first Diggable Planet album when I was a teenager, but like they lyrics are so deep it went over my head, so I didn't appreciate it back then. Like now, if I had it, 'cause I never bought it on CD. Now, if I have it, I would appreciate it more. But back when you like 13, 14, it's like that shit went over my head.
And this is one thing I love about them because they were in their own lane because not
Right.
nobody was incorporating like poetry and jazz like that,
Exactly. Exactly.
especially in the era of gangster rap.
Yep. And they
And
got a Grammy for it. You know what I'm saying? And it's
I
like
feel, oh, go ahead.
it's like people after they got that Grammy, it's like I feel like people slept on them, and then Fuji's came out and it was all about the Fuji's.
I felt the Fuji stole Diggle Plan's
Yes,
sound, if you ask
I
me.
agree. I agree. I agree.
Hell, I even like Diggle Plan's more than Fuji's.
They have two better albums than them, that's for sure. You know,
Because
they
y'all
got
niggas
two.
think,
Fuji's got one, but they will got two. So if that's a battle, Digable won it already.
Yes.
You know,
Hell, they even did that one song for the soundtrack. I
mm.
want to say
The Ali soundtrack.
yes, the Ali soundtrack.
Yeah,
I fucked
that
with
was
that.
dope. That was dope.
Unless we were blending on reality, there's only
Hmm.
like one good song that
Nappy Heads.
Nappy Head's remix.
Yep, that's it. I threw that album away. I remember getting that from Columbia House back in the day. That shit was bad. That
Yeah,
shit was horrible. I'm like, what the hell is my hearing?
it's trash.
you know, I'm like, and I see people post that. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. That album was dope. That y'all still playing it in this day and age.
I mean, to each his own. But at the end of the day, it's just like I just feel like Digable Planets should have gotten way more shine than they did. Like I love Rebirth of Slick, but they were more than that shit.
My bad. I was saying I see people on Instagram post that album. I'm like, y'all are not playing that in 2021.
Nah,
You can't tell me with a straight face. Oh, Booth Bath was was a dope song. Like, no, y'all are lying to yourself. That album was straight doo doo. The Score is the only classic album they got. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I wouldn't put them in top five. Well, like as far as groups, they be maybe they make the top 10 because of the impact they had with that one album. But they're not like in my top five groups all the
I
time. You
don't
know?
even put them in my top 10. I'm going to be
Right,
honest with you. I'll put them.
right. But it seems like a lot of people feel like that impact. They had a lot of impact with that one album.
One album, I guess.
You know what I'm saying? They're like Diggable had an impact, but I feel like they got pushed to the side because of the Fugees. It was only like 2 years later in '95 when Nappy Heads came out. So they totally slept on Blowout Home. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine if Digable Planets and Jay would have damaged would have done some heat together?
That would have been dope too. And then when they broke over, then they solo thing, like all of them got slept on. Ladybug got slept on, and Doodlebug and Butterfly. Like it's crazy, man. You know,
Like Loki Blowout Cone, that might even be like my top 30 or 40 hip hop album. I'm sorry.
that's a dope album,
I
definitely.
think I remember when I first heard that when I was in high school and shit. I mean,
Hmm.
not college.
Right.
And I was just listening to that shit and just mesmerized by the lyricism,
Hmm.
even the album cover.
Album
Like
cover was dope.
the
Yep,
blowout cone.
definitely.
I'm gonna stay up to about 3:20 because this conversation is kind of getting good.
Yep.
Besides, today's the day they restarted my streaming our shit anyway, so I'm
Oh,
straight.
true,
Yeah.
true. That's what's up.
Well, on one of my emails and stuff.
Right.
Who
Yep.
else? There was one group too that
Mm.
had some heat too in the mid '90s. Um, what do you think of Atmosphere?
Atmosphere. I know his underground stuff. I haven't like checked out all of his albums though, but he definitely got some heat.
Yeah, the Overcast album and shit.
Yeah, that's the one that a lot of people like. Overcast one.
Yeah, Complications, that's my shit.
I gotta check that. What Overcast was 03?
'97.
No, 97. Okay, I gotta check that one. Yep.
Yeah, niggas sleep on Overcast.
Oh yeah.
I need to hear the rest of Atmosphere's discography though. I only heard like the first two albums.
Yeah. He got a lot of stuff.
Oh, wait, I forgot. Atmosphere was a duo, if I'm not
It's a
mistaken.
duo. I thought it
Yes,
was just one dude.
it was Slug and some other Slug and Ant, if I'm not mistaken.
Slug was on. He was last time I heard from Slug. He was on the Evidence. What's that? The last Evidence album. I forgot the name of that joint. Uh, the one with the shit that came out the same. It came out the same year as Victory Laps. Whether or not that joint, he was on one of them songs because that was released as a single. You know,
Yeah,
the other dude, I don't know the other dude. I know Slug though. I've heard him like his solo shit.
Like one thing I liked about
Mhm.
their earlier atmosphere albums was how their styles were so distinct, but it came together perfectly.
Right.
Like the confrontational tone and the rhyming, especially in
Hmm.
complications.
True. I gotta hear these stuff definitely.
I need to get the Beat Nuts Intoxicated Demons EP. That's what I need to get.
That shit, yeah. That shit is out of print, right? It go for like stupid money.
Well, I don't really know, cause I'm not the biggest Beat Nuts fan like that, but I just
Right.
like the earlier shit.
Yeah, the old shit is great. That street level was great. Going crazy.
To me, Street Level was the only good album.
Yeah. I see. I love the early stuff. Like after Musical Massacre, I think they started to go downhill.
Musical Massacre was whack.
Yeah. You didn't like that? I
Like,
like
'cause
I like
I'm
that
not the
album.
biggest Beat.
Right.
I like the dirtier shit, like when they were more
Right.
underground.
Right.
That was like
True.
Street Level was just them underground, but
Right.
creeping to the mainstream a little bit. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
True. True.
I'm not a big fan of the Alcoholics like that either.
Right.
I mean,
Alcoholics. I
songs.
like the first two albums.
Yeah, I like the one with ODB, the Hip Hop
Yeah.
Junkies.
Yes. That was on Liquidation or that was on the second album? I thought that was the second album.
The Coast to Coast one.
Coast to Coast, and not on that one.
I think so.
Yeah. That one. Oh,
Chuck Rock, he's an underrated cat.
yes. Trub. Definitely.
So I feel like Biggie stole some of his shine a little bit.
Yep. For real.
I tell you, if you take Chuck Rock's voice and you take King T, you got Biggie.
Oh, good.
Add some Heavy D in that shit too.
Heavy D. Yep. Heavy D was dope.
Like niggas talk about Biggie was the first suave back big. I was like, hold up,
Oh,
what?
yeah, I don't know.
What's Heavy
Yeah,
D, my nigga?
exactly.
I didn't see Biggie dance.
For real, right? Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is this?
That's the bop. That's the bop from Big. The
That's the
bodega
bad,
bop.
that's the bad boy bop.
The Bed-Stuy bop. You know what I mean? That's all he was doing. He was not trying to dance like Heavy D. Heavy D was out dancing his own dances. Big Les and them cats.
Didn't Heavy D choreograph his own dance moves?
I don't know. I mean, if he did, then that was. I never heard that, but he was doing the same dance moves as his dances. I'm like, yo, that's how you lose a bunch of weight.
Yo, that's why I was so hurt when he died because he lived
Yeah,
a very healthy lifestyle. But
yeah,
you never know.
crazy.
Yeah, I gotta plan this APL trip tonight.
Right.
I might make me some more green tea in a minute and shit.
No doubt. Yeah.
This goat review. Oh my god. Jesus
Funny.
Christ.
The goat.
You want to do goat? Then I do
Mm.
the Ultramagnetic MC.
Yes.
I feel like 2021. I want to challenge myself as a reviewer.
Yes, no doubt. That's what
I'm
it's
gonna,
about, man.
I'm definitely going to talk about albums that I would not talk about
Right.
in years.
Keep
'Cause
people on their toes, like, oh, they're not talking about fucking CNN tonight, or
yeah,
or another Monica review. Tony. There's no more Tony albums to discuss. So we doing fucking Black Sabbath and shit. You know what I mean?
not even that. Just talking about, cause you know how motherfuckers like to stay away
Mm.
from talking about bad albums and shit.
Right. True.
Hell, I might even like discuss like why I don't like Chingy or some
Hey,
shit.
I
Like,
said, oh, well, you know what I'm saying?
'cause I might talk about Country Grammar. Mm. Yeah, because that's why I don't like to just always review the regulatory classics. I feel like I've talked about them too much.
Yeah. I said Idlewild, and that wasn't a great album.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Idlewild is coming. definitely.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
But I do want to talk about
Mm.
Society of Soul. The
Oh
other,
yes.
I want to talk about that one.
I never did get that album, Society of Soul.
I was so close to getting it, but they raised the price up.
That's mad expensive, huh?
Cause like when people talk about Outkast, I talk about Goody Mob and all that,
Hmm.
but niggas don't mention like Funky Ride.
Yes.
Oh my!
Funky Ride. And the joint was that the joint they did with T-Boz?
Nah, that was Society of Soul all the way through.
Okay. Yeah,
Let
that was a
me
dope album.
take you on a
Funky Ride.
like I second playlist of Cadillac music
Mm-hmm.
is oh man.
Fire.
At all this time I thought it was Andre singing. I was like
Mm. Stevie
Andre
Brown.
Sleepy Brown or some shit.
Mm. And Peaches, I think her name was Peaches.
Yeah, that was when they were really and they
Yeah,
deserve the best new artist
definitely. Yep.
because the South got something to say.
Oh yeah.
Nigga said that shit
Um,
wearing a dashiki and it's also shit. Y'all
oh
worried
man.
about East and West and shit.
Right.
South was building and shit.
Dashiki and jeans. That's the style back then. Yo.
He's like, you
Oh
know
man.
what? I'm tired.
Mm-hmm.
We got a demo. No label want to hear it, but you know what? The
Mm-hmm.
South got something to say.
Yes.
That's when Andre's like, get at me, New York.
Yeah. For real, right? We in this beef now. You know what I'm saying?
But then I bet you niggas were looking at him like, sit down.
No, for real. Like who this dude at that time cursing out Andre 3000 one of the goats.
Yo, but when Biggie was like, yo, this goes out to my borough.
Mm-hmm.
All the West Coast niggas like, oh, fuck that shit.
Yeah. The bold is thorough. He
Then ODB was like, oh, this East Coast, West Coast. It's Wu Tang up here.
jumped out of his mind.
Yo, niggas had that one first televised award show.
Yep.
They act like fools and shit.
Yep. And they said the white people said no more. No more for you niggas. No.
Shit,
Oh man.
shit.
Crazy.
Meanwhile, Garth Brooks looking like, so this what y'all go.
Mm, mm. No more for you niggas. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm about to call it a night.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, so this is Sauce Money Middle Finger You. I might drop it
Yes.
probably either Sunday or Monday. If so, y'all check out the Gulp Review. Stay tuned for the Massacre on Tuesday. Phyllis Hyman's on Wednesday too.
Yes.
Have a good night. Peace.
Peace.